In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, and with him we seek help. My dear researchers in universities and research institutes, I am pleased to present to you everything new in Zakat applications for industry in scientific research, and now I present to you a new addition that was added by OpenAI. On ChatGPT 4. Or the Combus tool, and this tool specializes in writing programming codes. And specialized writing, so let's try this feature. As you can see, the program interface is Adisha GPT, and here the cough feature is present. So we will try to step on it and try to test it like this in writing, and let me tell him to use flavor in poultry feed, flavor as an additive for poultry. We search for it with the canvas feature like this. Here he started writing and divided the page into two parts, one for commands and one for the search result. He is still writing here. So he started with an introduction about flavor and its role and gave us a review of the terrier. A list of previous research on the use of additives in poultry nutrition in general and freezers in particular. Here I have the idea. It is clearer how to use this feature here. So, as you saw here on. I have a new feature here. What is the feature? He gives me a hand saying to me, do you want this article? Do you want to enlarge it? Do you want to make it smaller? I mean, he wants to reduce it. Do you want to enlarge it? I mean, if I came and stopped at a small part of it and told him, here is this part, we want to shorten it a little, and I told him to go, what is it? Summarize it as you see. He looked far away. I wrote it again, summarized it, and what is it? Okay. I want to lengthen it, meaning if I make an approach to people, this is a really nice feature. Okay, here, the reading level, who are you addressing? It determines the level, meaning if here the level of the capstone current in the ridge, meaning I will leave it at the same level. Or here, should I leave it for high school or should I leave it for middle school or the kindergarten level, meaning if I told him at the kindergarten level, he would change. Let's say, for example, in the intermediate schools, which are the intermediate level, the inclusion level, the goal level, this means if I did this, meaning if I told him, leave it to the young man's age, then tell him like this. He will repeat the words again and simplify them in a way that he is a young man who repeats the way of writing. He faces and plans with children or young people in the middle school age. This is a beautiful story that was recently added, and the second part, yes, he is trying to rewrite. Yes, okay, come again because I suppose that I settled on. Here. If I have already settled, I will see what I have settled on in this situation. Before I tell you in the small on this situation, if I came, I stopped, meaning a story that I might make a mistake, meaning I control it, even the outputs. Okay. I settled, I want to make it an Adilac, I will make it an Adilac, meaning if it is like a rose, I will deal with it. Okay, if I have already settled on here, I want to put. These emojis mean walls, of course, these do not apply to scientific things. If I put expressions and such talk, there are things in the stalls that work. Okay, I settled on writing in this mode. I tell him. Add final polish. Give me a final touch on it. Then see what it will do. It will work and start improving it. I will see. It will rewrite it in the way you see it. This is a simple overview of the addition that was added through. Okay, can we use something else in the coding process? The coding process means that it is okay. Let's see the coding together. Use the CMP feature again and tell him, for example, make an elegant application to convert between different currencies, including the Egyptian currency and some Arab countries according to today's price. Use me. That we can implement it in the browser, which is HTML. We will see how it knows it from this application. Here it does coding, but is there a better program than it? I use it because it shows me the result, meaning if I saw the other program like this, I would show you the quick comparison, but let's say we use Canvas like this. Here it's the same method. Let's see this and let's see that, see what the difference is between this and that. Now the French stuff executed the codes and tried the program itself. It told him, if you are here, for example, you will put, for example, 1,000 circles. In Egyptian currency, you will see how much they are. For example, in US dollars, he told me about 32 pounds, $1,000, and he corrected 32 pounds, meaning, in other words, if I said here, yes. I see how much is the dollar. A dollar is worth 50 pounds, approximately. How much is 50 pounds worth? $1. About $1. 50 pounds is equivalent to about what? $1.06 according to the price that he is using. I am directed from here and I have dissipated it. Okay, this is an idea about using the program. We were talking about the confuse feature in ChatGPT, which is a nice feature for writing articles and also for codes, but I do not prefer hashing in programming. Because I am very comfortable with the Lash, which is the French system of Mistral AI. It writes the codes and works for the application that I requested from it and tries it in front of me with me to see if it is effective or for ChatGPT. Of course, as is clear, it created the programming codes for the application, but so far I did not know the result of the application except after copying the codes and applying them or trying them in the appropriate environment for the application, which is the HTML environment. That is, in order for us to implement this application, I take a copy of these programming codes and I have to copy them into an environment. For example, here we will create a new folder, for example, the folder. And inside this folder I choose to create a file and copy the code into it. The text format is like this and it has rules. For example, I will copy the codes here. And then I will save this file in a format I call index and my environment that I will use. And save it like this and we get out of this. Here is the application capacity. Here is the same result that was obtained by the program. The lashes that belong to the Mistral company, but in these lashes, it was shown to me before I tried the application. Before I run the application in the same environment, in the same program, in the same one wife, it gives me an initial result, an initial image of the application. Time we will see the same result that happened. For example, we will put here, for example, £1,000, just as I did in the program that I made with the French model. We will put 1,000 Egyptian pounds, like this. See how much it is in dollars. In dollars, this is the US dollar, and if I convert it, I find it to be about 30 pounds, meaning that if I put, I know, approximately, the dollar is about 50 pounds, if I put 50 Egyptian pounds like this, I see it, what will it be? Approximately $1 or $1.50, depending on the zero rate, meaning it gave me the same result that I got previously from the chips, and this is a basic and simplified idea. For people who like to use programming in creating different applications, meaning I have tried programming in creating many applications. I have previously created a program to determine the amount of enzyme I must use it in poultry feed using programming. My greetings to all, and I hope to benefit, and my sincere greetings, Professor Dr. Kamal Al-Najm.